self-concept has a huge impact on your manifestation. And I would go as far as to say it has everything to do with your manifestation. Now, when it comes to manifestation and self-concept, it's not just about self-worth and self-love, although that is part of your self-concept and it's very important. So I always highly recommend working on that part of your self-concept. Of course, you want to feel worthy and love yourself and expect that from others, but that is not all of it. And this is where many people miss the point with self-concept in manifestation. And in this video, I'm going to explain how it works while you are manifesting your specific desires. By the way, I'm not going to ask you to put your desires on hold to work on your self-concept. It's all the same thing. So we're going to talk about what it has to do with your specific desires and what the problem is usually when it comes to self-concept, and how to discover what your current self-concept is when regarding your current manifestation. So this is going to be really interesting. I'm really looking forward to this video, even though I have other videos where I talk about this, but I thought it's time to make another video on this topic because it's so important, and in a minute you will see why. So welcome to my channel. My name is Anna and I'm a manifestation coach. On this channel, I teach the law of assumption as taught by Neville Goddard, while I also make sure to keep it simple and practical so that you can take it and apply it to your own manifestations right away. And if you need any additional help with your manifestations, I offer both one-on-one coaching and group coaching. The link is in the description box below. If you have any question about coaching, feel free to ask me in the comments. So to stay true to Neville Goddard, this self-concept part of manifestation is actually, I know it from him. Like, that's where I have learned it. And I have studied tons of manifestation texts. Neville Goddard is the one teacher who is really big on self-concept, and there's a really good reason why. And again, I can't stress enough that this is not just about self-worth. In countless texts that I have read of Neville Goddard, many of them several times, the only place I remember him mentioning self-worth was a sentence. I genuinely don't remember in which text it was, but it was a sentence that said, he was explaining manifestation, and then he just very lightly says, don't even contemplate whether you're worthy of it or not. Of course you're worthy. And then he goes on to talk about manifestation and how it works. So that's not the discussion, whether you're worthy or not. Self-concept is what makes your desire manifest, actually. It's the shift in self-concept. And techniques that we do are actually meant to do that. They are meant to shift your self-concept so that you manifest your desires, but sometimes they don't. And I'm going to talk about what this even means and why it doesn't happen. And of course, I am going to give you a solution to this and help you realize like you're doing it. You have, if you have watched any of my older videos, there's a big chance that you have heard me say that when you are manifesting anything, it's never about the thing or the person you're manifesting. It's about you. When we are manifesting anything, be it a specific person, relationships of any kind, be it anything related to your job, money, wealth, health, any situation that you're manifesting, you are never manifesting that situation into your life. You are always manifesting that version of yourself who is in that situation. Where we go wrong with this is that we always put the focus on the outside events, outside circumstances. And by the way, you will see that this video is about everything that I have ever talked about, the 3D circumstances, limiting beliefs, etc. It's all included in this topic of self-concept. So why does this shift of self-concept not happen when you are doing your techniques in order to manifest, let's say, yourself, your specific person? It's often because your focus is on the 3D, meaning them. The focus is always, they haven't changed. They still do this. They said that. I remember them being like this, etc. It's all them, or the money, or my body, even if you're manifesting body-related things like health, weight, or anything you're manifesting. I want to ask you, when you are focusing on that thing on the outside not having changed, you have to go back and ask yourself, but have you changed? Because manifestation is all about you changing your beliefs, you changing your stories. And while you are changing your stories in that process, you become a different person. But when your focus goes on the outside, they haven't changed, this hasn't changed, you are literally putting your focus on something that has no power to change without you changing. So you always need to go back to self. And this is something I always repeat in videos. This is a true meaning of self-concept. You need to go back to self. Have I changed? So when you are focusing on the outside, getting annoyed at it, that is your current self-concept talking. So if you stop the process in that moment, stop the pattern of getting annoyed at the mirror, and understanding that you are the source of your experiences, that right there is a lot of self-concept. Because if I am the source of my experience and right now I'm getting annoyed or jealous or something else at this thing or at this situation, I need to go to the end in order to manifest something or my desired end goal, right? You see how this is like including everything, going to the end, living from the end, limiting beliefs, current circumstances, old story. It's all in your self-concept. So if I am going, imagining myself already being in this relationship or having that thing, whatever it is, would I be thinking like this? Would I get annoyed at this? No, you wouldn't, because this situation wouldn't exist. But it always goes back to self. You need to create your new reactions in order to become that person who has that thing. By the way, reactions is reacting to 3D circumstances is also one of Neville's big topics. Maybe I might make a video on that too, because that is also part of this whole process. You keep reacting as your old self to a situation that you want the new version of. You need to come back to self and become that new version of you who has that new version of that situation. Does this make sense? So this is what happens. Something happens in the 3D or nothing happens and you get annoyed at that. You realize that, oh, this is my old self being insecure, jealous, etc. If I were already in my new situation, which is the state where you manifest from, so we always need to go to the end. If I were this person who is with my specific person and happy, who has all this money and feels abundant, who is healthy and feels really good about that, how would I be? How would I, I wouldn't even have this situation to react to, but otherwise, how would I react? A huge part of this is how you interpret situations, because situations usually mean what you assume them to mean. So SP topic, which is huge topic in the conscious manifestation community. A very popular isn't the best word to use here, but a very popular example, because a lot of people are going through this. SP hasn't replied. There is silence, and you are interpreting that in a way. Anything could be happening. Anything could be happening, but you have no idea. But you are interpreting that situation based on your current self-concept. It's whether you think you're lovable. It's whether you think your SP loves you, doesn't love you, chooses you, rejects you, accepts you, etc. All that is talking to you about how you view yourself, self-concept. So that will be the base of your interpretation of situations. Money, same. Body, same. Any way that you interpret a situation, you interpret it based on your self-concept. So the conclusions you jump to, oh my God, maybe there's a third party. I can't lose weight because I have this type of body. You tell that to yourself enough times, that becomes you. You tell yourself something else enough times, that becomes you. So the conclusions you jump to, that these are very good indications of where you're coming from in terms of your self-concept. So when you are manifesting a new thing, regardless of what it is, you are creating a new self-concept for yourself so that you can become that person who experiences that thing. And this is why I always say manifestation is always about you. It's you working on you, with you, on your images, your states, your thoughts. You are creating a new you. Because when you have manifested your desired end goal and you are in that situation, you are a different person. You can't be this person having that other experience. You are the one changing. We think that we are changing the other person. We think that we are changing our financial situation. We think we are changing our health. You're not changing any of that. All you're changing is you, is the way you view things, is the things you believe in, is the things that you assume. You become a different person. Then you experience that. And this is why I think that self-concept is very, very important and very overlooked also. You often hear, I had a client come to me some time ago, and she complained that she had been taking coaching from other wonderful coaches, like nothing to say here, but it has become popular to say, you don't need to work on self-concept in order to manifest an SP. You can just manifest the SP. You can manifest anything you want. The problem I have with that is that if you are not changing the way you view yourself in relation to your SP or relationships in general or money or whatever you're manifesting, what is going to happen is that you're going to bring your current self-concept with you into that manifestation. And this is where everything goes wrong. You don't want to manifest your relationship with your current insecurities, with your current beliefs about that person, how that person treats you, what you cannot or can't have, who you are being, how you are experiencing romantic relationships, how you are experiencing money. You can't bring that into your new situation because you are going to create the same mess. Sounds really bad, but that's what happens often. And you don't want that. You want a whole new you in a whole new beautiful situation. And that's what self-concept is about. And I do include the part of self-concept that is what people think. Self-worth, self-respect, self-love, all of that is very important for your manifestations also, because something unexpected happens in the 3D. Unexpected in manifestation terms is always expected because things happen from our assumptions. But let's say like 3D experiences, something unexpected happens. A self-concept that's I'm not loved, I'm rejected, I never really get what I want, I hate this, etc. that reaction to what happened in the 3D is going to be very different from a self-concept that says, I am loved, I'm respected, I love myself and respect myself, everyone else does that, I always get what I want, life is amazing. That reaction is going to be different. And why this is important is that that reaction you give to the circumstances is what is going to reinforce your current belief. So when it's good, do that. When it's not, you need to go back and start understanding what self-concept am I coming from? Why do I think this? Why do I think it about myself? Why do I think that I can't have this person exactly the way that I want them? Or this amount of money? Why shouldn't you have that? Who has taught you you can't? Or who has taught you you shouldn't? All that becomes our self-concept, and most of the time it's not even our thoughts. It's all programmed in us, and we believe all that to be true, and then it becomes true, and that's exactly how manifestation works. So when we want to manifest something else, literally what you are doing is you're creating a new self-concept. And when it's not working, it's because you're focused on the outside. That's what I started saying in the beginning. So go back to self. It's always yourself. The outside distracts you from your manifestation, actually. It's tempting, but it's distracting you. It feels real. It's like, yeah, come here. I'm very real. I'm really bad and really real. And it distracts you from your true power, where manifestation happens from. You are the source. Therefore, your self-concept is hugely important. And it has everything to do with how you are experiencing life. So I am going to leave it at this. I really, really hope that this clarified some things for you. The most important thing in manifestation is that we become that version of us who has the thing. And that includes lots of things. It includes a lot of things. And it's a new self-concept every time you manifest something. And it's always an upgrade. And this is why I highly encourage you to consciously manifest all the time. It doesn't always have to be big things. Manifest your big desires, definitely, but manifest those small things also, because every time you realize that you're doing it, and that boosts your confidence, that makes you become aware of other limiting beliefs you might hold about yourself, etc. It's always an upgrade, whether you are manifesting your very important and lovely relationship or a pair of shoes. I'm sorry for comparing these two. I'm not really comparing, but just to say that it's creation comes from you. And in order to not repeat myself, because if I continue, I'm going to continuously just repeat the same things over and over again, and I think I said what needed to be said for this video. Let me know in the comments if you have anything to say about self-concept that I didn't mention in this video, or if you have any questions, and if you happen to need any additional help with your manifestations. I do offer one-on-one coaching and group coaching. And by the way, I always include self-concept with my clients because, first of all, I wish all of you to have really good self-concept, just in general. But that's a huge part of manifestation and also my coaching. If you would consider taking coaching with me, like, you need to know that I'm going to work on your self-concept, or have you work on your self-concept, and I'm going to help you with that. Check the link in the description box below. Have a beautiful day and see you in the next video.